Alright guys, so you tell the difference? You notice anything? I'll give you a hint. Look right here. Yep. We finally got the Bung King 8-inch straight risers put on. I'm just driving the bike away from my mechanics. Just picked it up tonight, and boy, what a difference. As soon as I sat on the bike, I could tell already. This is like night and day difference compared to the stock ones. So to give you guys an idea of, you know, how tall I am in relation with, you know, my seating position on the bike, I'm 5'8" with a 30-inch inseam, and this is just perfect. Like, I'm not stretched too far forward, I'm not like too far back, I'm not, you know, perfect, just absolutely perfect. I'm so happy I didn't go any taller or any shorter. Yeah, I can't wait to really put some miles on the bike with these risers on. Already, I could tell it's just, it's so much more, you could really dive into the corners a little bit more. But, man, what a difference in comfort. Oh, it's looking kind of cloudy. They didn't say it was going to rain tonight, but I sure hope it doesn't rain. Or if it rains, I hope it waits until after I get home, because I didn't bring any rain gear. Not that we're going very far. It's only 20 minutes from the house, but either way, getting stuck in the rain would really suck. Especially tonight, because it's about 54, 53 degrees. Man, even taking that short little turn, it just goes so much faster with these taller bars. Like with the lower risers, I felt like I had to really push it into the turns. These here, man, it just almost instant, like effortless. One of the reasons I went with Bung King over other riser brands is this right here. I really like the tachometer on top of the lower riser. I like where it is, and you know, I really just didn't want to mess around with a gauge relocation kit or anything like that. To me, I don't know, this just looks a lot cleaner. And the thing is, if I, you know, as far as I know, there's only one other company that makes a set of risers that, you know, you could use your factory top clamp with the tachometer. And I think it's, is it Drag Specialties? Maybe Drag Specialties, I think, but the advantage of these over Drag Specialties is this is a one-piece lower riser, and when they got shipped to the house and I picked up the box it was in, I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the hell's in here? They sent me two? I mean, these things are girthy, man. They're heavy. They got some weight to them. So solid powder-coated steel, good quality, but yeah, and really, overall, just really, really happy. Actually got really lucky because, you know, I called my mechanic last Wednesday to see if he could get this bike in, and Honestly, I was expecting him to tell me he wasn't going to be able to get me in till June, because from everything I've heard from, you know, other guys I know that take their bikes to him, you know, they're just saying, man, he's got all kind of bikes in his garage. He's going to be jammed up for, you know, a long time. But I called him Wednesday. He says, yeah, drop it off Wednesday night. And today is the following Wednesday, and I just picked it up. So he had it for about a week. And it also kind of worked out for me to get the bike over to him when I did, because the 1,000-mile service was due also. So I told him, look, as long as you have the bike, would you mind doing a 1,000-mile service for me? And luckily he was willing to do it, so that's one less thing I have to worry about now. And I still can't get over what a difference it is with the bars up, the extra 4 inches. So I realized this morning that the end of the month is going to be 6 months that I've owned this bike, and I figured maybe since I'm out riding on the way home, I could give you you know, my thoughts, impressions, things I like, things I don't like after 6 months. Things I like, you know, I love the color. You know, when I was first looking for this bike, I had my mind set on vivid black, and when I went to the dealer, they had a ST in vivid black, and then they had this in the gunship gray. And you know, when you look at the bike on Harley's website, you know, it's just a computer generated photo, but it doesn't do it justice compared to seeing it in person. Like, man, when I saw this bike in person on the showroom floor, you know, I said, man, that's a really sick color. And then I asked if I could take it for a test ride, and they're like, sure. They rolled it outside, and then when I saw it in the sunlight, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure this bike's coming home with me. I took it for a test ride, and the rest is history. But, you know, as far as other things I like, guys, this 117 cubic inch Milwaukee 8, it's very smooth. It delivers power really well. I'm happy with the power delivery on it. It pulls really nice. Now, I haven't ridden a 107 or a 114 for myself to like verify, but other people I know that have ridden like a 114 and then rode the 117, whatever it is about the 117 over the 114, they seem to think it's a lot smoother. Again, I haven't ridden a 114 or a 107 to, you know, to know for myself if that's the case, but that seems to be the general consensus from everybody else that I've talked to. You know, another thing I really like is, I mentioned it before, the placement of the tachometer. It's something you never really think about until, you know, you get on a bike that has it, you know, right there. And, you know, again, I never rode a Harley that had the tachometer or the speedo on the console, but again, it's another one of those things that I've heard from other people that do have it, and they said, yeah, it kind of sucks to have to turn your head down to be able to see how fast you're going. Having it up here, it's like right in front of your face. Like I don't even have to really look down with my head. I could just, look down with my eyes. I see how fast I'm going, which is really nice. Again, it's something you would not really think about until you ride a bike that's set up like this and say, hey, that's really nice. What else? You guys can see I changed the mirrors because it's all Harley mirrors. At least the ones that were on this bike, it was, whenever I go to reach for the brake or for the clutch, it felt like my hand was always hitting the mirror. It was really annoying. And I really couldn't see anything out of them, because they were too low. Of course, now I got the taller bars. They probably would work okay, but for the most part, all I was really able to see was my shoulders. I really couldn't see behind me. Like these here, these are the Willie G Skull teardrop mirrors. Even before I did the taller bars, it was a night and day difference compared to, what I was able to see with the stock mirrors. Now doing the taller bars, I could see everything behind me like no problem. This is kind of a me thing. I really like the seating position on the bike. Now, I say it's a me thing for the simple fact that someone who's any taller than I am, again, like I said before, I'm 5'7" with a 30-inch inseam. So for me, it's comfortable. But if you're a taller person, like 5'10", 6 feet, it might feel a little cramped. But for me, like I said, the seating position is perfect. These are mid controls on this bike, but to me they feel maybe just a hair forward of mid. But I mean, that's just me. Again, like I said, that's my height. Trying to think, I don't know if there's really anything. Well, actually there is. There's a couple things that I don't want to say I don't like about the bike, but they're more annoying. As you guys know, this bike comes with a solo seat. And because it comes with a solo seat, it doesn't come with foot peg mounts. Which, again, not the end of the world, but just something that was kind of annoying. In my case, it worked out because I went on eBay and I found a set of passenger foot peg mounts and factory Harley foot pegs that someone took off their bike and they sold it on eBay. So I think for the foot pegs and the mounts, I only ended up paying just over $100 for everything. And then I guess the other thing that, again, not the end of the world, but it's just kind of annoying, is all the extra stuff that you need just to do handlebars on these bikes. I mean, you need longer clutch cable. This bike is a non-ABS bike, so you couldn't just replace the upper cable here. You had to replace all the way from the calipers up. The whole thing had to be replaced because the fitting underneath the triple tree, or the fork rather, is a is a crimp fitting, so that you couldn't take it off. So there was that. You had to buy, you know, throttle by wire extension, canvas extensions, turn signal wire extensions, longer speedo cable. It's just like all the extra stuff you have to buy on top of, you know, whatever handlebar you're gonna run. Like I said, you know, these are Bung Kings, but if, you know, now if you wanted to go with a like any other riser that, you know, this bolt pattern won't match up to, now you got to buy a gauge relocation kit, and you know, just to do handlebars, it's over $1,000. So again, just one of those things that's, it wouldn't sway me from buying the bike again if I had to do it all over again, but it's just annoying. Other than that, like I said, I can't really think of anything I don't like about the bike. It gets good gas mileage. My Triumph, I think I was getting, I don't know, like 55-ish miles per gallon. This here, I get between 47 and 50, which, you know, for as big a motor as it is, I don't think that's bad at all. In fact, I think that's pretty freaking good. Hey guys, so this is going to be a two-part video today. As you can see, something came in the mail today. Let's see what we got. You guys probably already know what this is, but got our pin lock shield. Let's see if we can do this one-handed. All kinds of goodies here. Nice carry case. Actually, you know what? I'm going to set you guys down for just a second while I undo this, because I don't think I can do that one-handed. Stand by. Well, guys, there it is. This is a Shoei GT Air II. And the color is, it's a matte, I forget the exact name of the color. I'll throw it up on the screen, but really liking this color. Really like the matte color, the matte finish on it. Let's set it down. I'll go over with you some of the features on it. This is actually the second Shoei GT Air that I've owned. The first one I had when I had the Triumph, and I ended up selling that to a friend of mine because when I got the Harley, it just, the color, I know it sounds crazy, but the color didn't go with the color of my current bike. In other words, my old helmet matched my old bike, and I don't know, it just looked kind of goofy riding the bike I have now. So let's go over some of the features that this thing has. You have your chin vent here, you know, all the way open. And I always thought all the way open vented on your face, halfway open. Actually, no, I'm sorry, this one only has two positions. I was thinking of my other helmet. So two positions, open, closed. You have your visor here, and then you have this top vent, which that has, okay, your top vent has three positions. I gotta say, the first one of these helmets that I had, I really liked it. However, they give you this drop down, if you could see that lever right there, this drop down sun visor. I could tell you from experience that that might as well not even be there. I don't know if it's just me and, you know, my eyes, how sensitive they are to the sun, but I've tried using that several times, and again, like I said, it might as well not even be there. So I always wind up wearing sunglasses underneath it. But what else? Yeah, like I said, I really
In terms of noise, I mean, this helmet was just super, super quiet. I mean, obviously you still hear, other, it's not like you can't hear anything, but it's much quieter than other helmets I've run in the past. And, like I said, I was trying to decide between this helmet and a few others that I was looking at, and let me tell you something. It is getting almost damn near impossible just to find a helmet anymore that has that. You have no idea how aggravating it is, because the helmet I have now, my Scorpion EXO R420, it has like a little detent, type thing that you have to lift here. Now, if you're not wearing gloves, it's no problem. But when you're wearing gloves, it just, when I was first wearing the helmet, that was the thing that just used to drive me crazy, is having to, find that stupid little detent up front here and lift the visor up. Because the first Shoei GT Air II I had, and my Bell Qualifier, which was my first helmet, they both had, this little plastic, tab where you could just, it's not a detent or anything, you just hit it with your finger and lift the visor right up, nice and easy. I guess I had just gotten so used to that when I switched over to, actually, stand by, I'll show you what I'm talking about. This guy right there. So in order to work this, I doubt you're going to be able to see it, but there's a tiny little see, there's a little bit of movement there. So in order to get this face shield up, you have to depress that and then lift it up, and trying to get to this with a set of gloves on is, I mean, I've gotten to where I could do it now, but when I was first using the helmet, man, it was damn near impossible. There's my dog photobombing the video. So I realized when I made this video that I didn't include a reason why I'm switching away from my Scorpion helmet and going back to a Shoei. So when I sold my first Shoei, I bought the Scorpion because it was really inexpensive. I think I paid like $120, $130 for it. My reasoning behind that was, until I decide what I really want for my next helmet, I obviously I don't ride without a helmet. That's my preference. I've always worn helmets. So I figured, let me get something like this that, I've heard good things about it, to get me through in the meantime until I decide, do I want a Simpson? Do I want a Ruroc? Do I want a Shoei? Or do I want a modular? And, I tried on a Simpson down at Revzilla in Brooklyn. It was okay. It was nice. It didn't really fit my head all that well, but I think I'm a large and everything else, and the large and the Simpson was almost big on me. It was weird. It was almost like I could have used a medium, but of course they didn't have a medium for me to try on that day, so I guess I'll never know. But yeah, I was looking at the Rurocs. The problem is I really don't like buying a helmet unless I could try it on and make sure it fits. And my Shoei, like I said, it's a size large. It fits me perfectly, and I knew because, like I said, it's the second one I've had, and the last one I had was a large as well, so I knew if I went with another large, it would fit. So, yeah, that's more or less the reason why I'm switching from, the Scorpion over to the Shoei is just, I knew I wanted a higher quality helmet. I just didn't know which direction I wanted to go, and I just, I wanted to get something inexpensive to get me through until I made my decision. So back to the rest of the video. Obviously, I'm gonna have to set it up with my Senna and the GoPro, but I don't know if I'll make a video on that or not, because I feel like there's plenty of other videos out there about setting up your helmet with a Senna and GoPro and so forth. But that's gonna about do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I don't know when I'm going to get around to uploading this one. Today's Wednesday. I don't know if I'll get a chance to go through and edit both these videos and get them up tonight. If not, it'll be up Thursday. And that's going to be about it, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you on the next video.